All right, so long time no see. It's been about 5 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that since I last posted on this channel. And I must say, I appreciate the support I've been getting. People still been liking the videos. People still been viewing and subscribing. And, you know, to say that I've pretty much been not existent on this channel for about a month and a half, man, and I'm still seeing growth is just, it's a blessing. And for everybody that just joined and I haven't dropped anything since you joined, I must say I appreciate you. And I hope that you find my future content that I'm dropping on the channel even more interesting, like the video that you subscribed on. But anyway, today I am back with the madness. Today we will be reacting to Larry Bird's stories that prove he's the best trash talker. And this is a 20-minute long video because I owe you that, all right? I gotta give you a longer reaction than normal because, like I said, I've been non-existent, but hey, I've been posting. It's a Neto channel that I've been dropping some videos on. It's called the Authentic Kingz Podcast. So I've been over there working some magic. You know, we got a little bit of a following going on over there. So if you want to check out those videos, I'm going to go ahead and put the link down in the description below. But anyway, not going to waste your time. Let's go ahead and get into the reaction. All right, I'm excited about this, man. It's been a minute since we had some Larry Bird stuff on the channel. Like I said, 6 weeks, man. But let's go ahead, see what they talking about.
Larry Bird was one of the biggest trash talkers in basketball. And a lot of people say, really? You know, they thought it was Reggie or Charles.
Bird used to tell me, look here, man, you supposed to be a great defender, right? And I'm gonna make sure I tell you where I'm gonna shoot the ball at.
And he said, I'm gonna get it right here. I'm gonna shoot it right in your face.
And I'm looking at this guy like, he's nuts.
I'm gonna go shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that corner. And it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open.
And that's exactly what he did.
If he tell you gonna hit a shot in a certain place, he gonna do just that and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Being a better player each step I took, I was able to go up more than the other guys. I had a green light, I could make plays, but I always knew early on, especially when I was a junior and senior in high school, that probably the outcome of the game was gonna depend on me.
Well, yeah, I interviewed Gary.
Hey, and I must say, I did a previous video kind of like regarding this topic, Larry Bird trash talk stories, man. I'm gonna go ahead and put it at the top right of the screen for y'all to check that out if you haven't already. But you know, this video, it was actually recommended by multiple people and it's 20 minutes long. So it's gonna be kind of like, it's gonna expand more on stories that were already told in that previous video, but it's gonna probably feature a lot more stories from different players that we didn't see before. So like I said, I'm excited, man. I'm definitely excited.
In high school, that probably the outcome of the game was going to depend on me.
Well, yeah, I interviewed Gary Payton, a venomous trash talker. And I asked him who the most vicious trash talker he's ever encountered. He said Larry Bird. Oh, no question.
Bird talk shit like we talk.
Let me tell y'all something. Bird used to tell me, look here, man, I'm gonna go shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that corner. And it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open. All that shit. He told me, young fella, let me tell you something. I can shoot a jumper anywhere I want to. You supposed to be a great defender, right? I'm gonna make sure I tell you where I'm gonna shoot the ball at. And I was like, man, come on now, you're not gonna shoot the ball. And so he said, I'm gonna take you over in that corner right there. You see it over there by my bench, right? And I'm gonna give you something, and it's gonna be this jumper. So he went right to that corner, and I'm up on him, I'm under him, and he said, young fella, what did I tell you I was gonna do? And he turned around, raised up, and it was all drones. And I said, shit, I ain't gonna mess with you no more. He was the coldest dude I ever seen with that shit, man. Everybody be talking about these greats. They'll be always mentioning him. He was the shit. Yeah. The shit, man. He'll give it to you any way he wanted to. Larry Bird was cold.
Bird didn't talk trash to you,
Oh,
did
my
he?
God.
Hey, man, and like I said, man, I've been doing a lot of Larry Bird videos recently. Like I said, I'm on a little journey. I'm trying to see where he stacks up on my personal list, okay? I have him hovering somewhere around 6, 7, but if you listen to a lot of these legends talk about Larry Bird, like Charles Barkley, Gary Payton is like one of the elite perimeter defenders of all time. And he's talking highly about Larry Bird, saying there was nothing you could do against him. He'll tell you exactly where he's going and pull a move off that he's going to tell you he's going to do and execute it, man. If you're able to do that on Larry Bird, one of the elite defenders in NBA history, man, you a bad man. Honestly, you a bad man. And I'll say, and a lot of people may take this as disrespect, but Luka Doncic is cold. He just made his 5th All-NBA first team. This dude, I kind of see like a lot of Larry Bird traits in Luka Doncic. Jokic, he plays with a style like Larry Bird. They're not the most athletic, but they are going to annihilate you on a basketball court. So, but that's just my take. But anyway, let's get back into it.
To you any way he wanted to. Larry Bird was cold.
Bird didn't talk trash to you,
Oh,
did he?
my God. Bird talked trash to everybody. I always tell the story about Larry Bird. I remember him, he was cursing under his breath. And I asked him, I said, Larry, what's going on with you? He says, you guys are being disrespectful to me. And I says, what are you talking about? He says, you guys are putting a white guy on me. That's disrespectful. I just started laughing. I had no comeback. He says, it's disrespectful when y'all put a white guy on me.
Larry said, I'm insulted that they would put a sorry dude like you on me. He said, no, I don't even want to play no more. He would drop the ball and take a turnover. And I'm looking at this guy like, he's nuts,
The story goes that when he played against Denver, they had a guy named John Hansley, a white guy, really good defender, right?
Okay.
They put him on Larry, and Larry was weighing his ass out.
Absolutely.
And Larry would run by the bench and tell Doug Moe, who was the coach, get him off me. That's disrespectful. Put a black guy on me. Because when he played back in the day, that's all he played against was brothers. So he was like, I had to torch his ass so they understand.
And Larry got on the roll, started shooting the ball. Every shot was going in. All right, he runs by Frank Layden, who's the funniest guy in the league. And Frank is coaching, and Larry says to him, hey, Frank, don't you have anybody on that bench who can guard me? He goes, so nobody out here can. Frank looked down at the bench and goes, no.
Along with Steve Jones and Rick.
That's tough.
Hey, man. Hey. We've seen that before in the previous video, man. I can't remember which one it was, man, but that's hilarious, man. Hey, shout out to Frank Layton, I think that was his name was, but for the honesty, because, he didn't have anybody that could stack up with Larry Bird, honestly. And that's just being real, okay? But that's funny.
And Frank looked down at the bench and goes, no.
Along with Steve Jones and Rick Barry, this is Bob Neal. Just moments before the American Airlines Sheraton long-distance shootout.
The All-Star game is in Dallas, the first 3-point contest, and he just starts looking at guys, doesn't say a word, and people are getting kind of nervous. Everybody's sitting there, everybody's real quiet. You knew the guys, but you never were around them. And nobody's really saying anything, so I walk in and look around, and then he finally speaks and says, I'm just looking to see who's going to finish second.
And says, I hope all you guys in here are thinking about second place because I'm winning this.
Excuse me?
Did you really say that? Who's playing for second?
Yeah, I did. I was so bad.
You walked in there. What were you thinking when you made that announcement to the room? Just messing with all those guys?
I know going into that, I remember in the locker room, Robert said something that there's no way in hell I was going to win that 3-point contest. So I knew right then I had to win it.
That chick's had my name on it for a week now, and I knew I was going to win this thing. I've been practicing, and my teammates said I wasn't going to win it, but I came back and lucked out, really.
Bird would luck out again the next year, but in 1988, it looked like his luck had finally run out.
He certainly doesn't have that normal Bird rhythm going for him. Come on, man. Seconds remaining, has only 7, has to be 15.
That's 8, make it 9, and 10, 11 as we're counting, 13.
Huge rack that time for Bird.
He's still got to drop one here quickly, 14. This is a tie for the money.
He knew exactly what the score was. He knew that ball was going to win the competition for him, and it's almost like he did it in dramatic fashion just to make it more fun.
He knew it when he let it go and was headed for the winner's circle.
He ain't took off his top yet. See when he took off his top.
Larry.
That's savage. I'm not going to lie to you. This dude won a competition with his warm-ups on, bro. That's crazy. That is, hey, man. Hey, game recognized game, man. MJ noticed it, man, so.
He took off his top yet. I didn't see when he took off his top.
Larry used to come in the locker rooms. He'd be getting his ankles taped, and he'd say, hey, ball boy, run in and go find the scoring record in this building. He needed those kind of challenges.
He had accomplished every goal. We hadn't lost a game on the trip. And Larry told all of us players and the media too, tomorrow night's the last game of the trip. I'm going to play this one left-handed at least through 3 quarters.
It was at a time when, McHale was still coming off the bench.
And so Larry scores his 6th point on a left-handed shot.
And I'll never forget him. McHale yells out.
And McHale goes, hey, Jerome, when do we start shooting right-handed?
And at the end of 3 quarters, I get 27 points left-handed. Well, left-handed is one thing, but when the game got close, I had to go back to the right one.
He could hold all these things in his head during a game. So he'd have a shooting drill at the old Boston Garden.
4:30 in the afternoon. I was an early guy. I'd set up early. The garden would be dark.
Late in the afternoon by himself, dark garden. Come out with an equipment guy and just do the perimeter, shoot for half hour. All you heard was swishing.
If he missed a shot during that thing, he'd say that the Bull Gang set up something wrong with the rim. Otherwise that would have gone in.
I'd get there early, plug in my Stone Age computer right next to the bench. He'd come over, he'd call me Scoop, say, Scoop, what are you working on? I'm saying, I'm doing an early story.
And I'd say, well, I'm doing an early edition newspaper story about your free throw streak.
You are approximating the NBA record for consecutive free throws, so don't miss one tonight or I'll look bad in the paper.
Sure enough, first half, he goes to the line for 2, and the foul line is lined up right where we're sitting if he looks over.
He's at the line. He makes the first.
He looks over and winks at me.
He looks over and winks at me before he makes the second. I mean, guys don't do that today. And he would...
Always thinking about these things. It's like paying off a bet in the middle of a game. He was doing 2 things at once.
Well, you had the bird night.
I had the bird night. Yeah, that was a tough night, man.
But nobody was guarding bird, were they?
Well, we were trying.
You were trying to.
No, but when a guy is literally coming up the court, calling his shots, it's in that game, we're on the free throw line, and he literally says,
"Hey, and we seen this before, man. In the last video we did on Larry Bird, man, it is hilarious, man." Hilarious. Gotta love Doc Rivers. He's a great storyteller.
His shots. It's in that game. We're on the free throw line. And he literally says,
it's off the glass. Who's next? Where do you want this one from? And he just made one after another. And he just tortured them mentally that game. He tortured all of them.
I think Bird went by the bench one time, too.
He fell in the bench.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and he called that one. That was the one where he fell in it. He literally said, off the glass into the trainer.
His last shot, he said, in the trainer's lap, coming down the court. He shot this high rainbow. It goes in. Ricky bumps into him and he knocks him on our trainer's lap. So it was exactly what he said.
Antoine Carr and Cliff Levingston got fined.
Hey, that's savage, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's so funny.
Our trainer's lap. So it was exactly what he said.
Antoine Carr and Cliff Levingston got fined by Fratello, I think.
And Eddie Johnson for celebrating
Bird.
Yeah, it was the best film session. Every time when I see Mike, we still laugh.
God,
it was the greatest film session ever because back then, you watched the real game and just went, with a video, and Mike rewound the celebration 20 times.
And they show a shot of our bench. Cliff Levingston and Eddie Johnson are standing up giving each other high five.
I mean, everybody was entertained by this. Even the guys on the Atlanta bench. They got fined for that, I heard. Yeah. Watch the reactions on the Atlanta bench. You see Scotty Hayes up there laughing. Yeah. Watch Cliff Levingston come over here. I think this is Cliff.
And Fratello wouldn't let it go. He just kept.
Hey, man, that kind of reminds me of high school, though, man. It's kind of funny watching that because, like in high school, especially if you rolled the bench like I did, man, I was not, a quality player. I didn't really get many minutes. But it's like whenever you see a player on the opposing team just cooking your teammate, bro, it's hard to hold the laughter in sometimes, man, especially when they getting cooked, sauteed, barbecued, whenever we was on the side just waiting for the games, let's just say a jamboree or a tournament or something like that, we just sitting on the side while the game's going on. You just see somebody getting cooked. It's just like I know that feeling. I can't knock them dudes. If you got an all-time great performance going on like that, bro, you just got to appreciate the game. You got to appreciate the realness of the sport, man. So anyway, let's get back into it, man.
Fratello wouldn't let it go. He just kept rewinding. Showing the guys, you remember they're giving each other high five.
And then somebody falls off the bench.
Yeah,
too.
that was Eddie Johnson.
Yeah.
Eddie Johnson falls off the bench in laughter, and Antoine Carr and Cliff gives each other high five. And our film session was 20 minutes of that. Yeah, and so it was a bad night.
The first game against Larry Bird, it was shocking. And I'm a rookie, you know. I go shake his hand, and he put both hands behind his back. And I'm saying, okay, he's getting his head ready to play. First play of the game, he says, I don't know where they got you guarding me, Holmes. And he shoots a 3. I was pissed. I said, I wasn't mad he hit the 3. But this bitch just called me Holmes. And so it's set up for a really interesting game. Because I remember one time I came down and I dunked it on him. He laying on the ground. He fouled me and I'm pointing. And he said, hey, Rook. I said, what? He said, I like you. He said, you got balls, but I'm still going to get 30 on your ass. He got about 38, so he kind of proved his point. But I had to pay my dues. I wasn't upset about that because, back then, as a rookie, you got to pay your dues. Simple as that.
It was funny, the first time that I played in my rookie year, I guarded Larry Bird, and it took me about 10 minutes to realize I should be probably guarding him instead of staring at him. And he came down, it was funny, he came down one time, and Mark West was the center on our team, and Larry looked at me, and then he looked at Mark, and he said, Mark, I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna come off the screen, and I'm gonna catch it right there, I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna shoot it in the rookie's face, and then I'm gonna run down the floor. And that's exactly what he did. And I'm sitting there, that just happened.
But did he?
Hey, man, Dan Marley, bro. Hey, first of all, shout out to Dan Marley, bro. But that dude, Dan Marley, was a heck of a defender, man. For those of y'all that don't know, great shooter, great defender, man. 3-and-D type player, man. He was definitely an impact player for those Phoenix Suns teams. So if he's saying that about Larry Bird, I'm just saying, hey, that's two excellent top tier defenders saying, hey, bro, ain't nothing you could do with him. So, hey. Salute to Larry Bird, bro.
Down the floor. And that's exactly what he did. And I'm sitting there, that just happened.
But did he talk to you or you weren't good enough?
He talked through me. He never addressed me.
I love that.
Like I wasn't even there.
And did Mark West going?
Mark was like, all right.
Okay,
man,
all right.
You probably will. Good luck.
And then he did.
He did it.
But
there was nothing I could do about it.
He backed up whatever he said. If he tell you going to hit a shot to certain place, or if he going to take you down to the post, turn around, hit a fadeaway J, he going to do just that, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
These guys came in together in 81. There's Kevin, there's Larry, there's Robert. Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge, they knew what each other could do. And what I did was said, okay, let's see what's happening out there. And you'd see Larry shooting a 3-pointer, and then I call a timeout, and they didn't count the 3-pointer.
Larry just hit what would have been the game-winning shot, but KC called timeout.
It won't count. It does not count. Boston had called a timeout.
Larry came back to the bench and, he was a little upset.
It's crazy, man. I've seen a lot of these stories already, man, but it seemed like in this video, it's like more in depth. They're not just speeding through it. So, it is definitely worth watching this.
So he's very upset with that. So I diagrammed the play. He says, heck with the play, Case. Hey, guys, when I come back after timeout, I'm going to go right to the same spot. And I'm going to kick it in. Give me the ball and tell all the rest of the guys to get out of the way. I said, shut up, Larry. I'm the coach here. Okay. All right, Dennis, you take the ball out, give it to Kevin, then you throw it to Larry, and everybody get the hell out of the way.
Celtics are down by 2 points, and Bird is out by the 3-point line, and he's being guarded by a guy named Johnny High.
He goes down before the ball is thrown in, and he's standing right in front of the Phoenix bench, and he looks at all the guys on the bench and says,
yeah, I'm just fixing to bust a 3 on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this.
And he says, watch my hand as I follow through.
And, Johnny High sort of smiles and laughs about it.
And I was supposed to cut off the high post and post up for a second and then go across and set a pick. Well, I came off the pick and I was wide open and I stood there waiting for the ball. I had a smaller guy to post up and Larry just waved me out of the way saying, get out of here, get out of the way.
And then he just turns around and shoots a perfect 3.
As the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, told you so. He stops running to the locker room.
As he continues on to the dressing room. Now, that's what you call arrogance.
And from that time, I learned to run Larry's play, not the coach's play.
He wanted the light on him. He wanted the focus, and he wanted that ball. And in case he would ever call somebody else's play, Larry would just say, no. I'm shooting this ball, as he would.
I get a charge when I tell someone on the opposing team that I'm going to hit the last second shot and then do it. That's what it's all about.
Tie game, 13 seconds to play. Celtics basketball.
During the timeout, I'm going through a play. And about that time, Larry steps in and says, Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way? It's Larry. If he wants the ball, he wants the ball. After the timeout, we walked back on the court, and then Xavier was guarding him. So he tells Xavier,
see, man, hey, like I said, a lot of these stories already, like I've seen them. It's just this video, man. I ain't gonna lie. Salute to this guy. I'm gonna put the link to his video in the description below. Salute. But like a lot of the stories we have seen already, it's just you got multiple clips. They're going in depth. You see pretty much everybody's vantage point on that story. So, great video.
After the timeout, we walked back on the court, and then Xavier was guarding him. So he tells Xavier, I'm getting the ball.
I said, I know I'm going to be waiting. And he said, I'm going to get it right here. I'm going to shoot it right in your face.
5, and Bird has the basketball. Look out. Larry Bird, just phenomenal the way that...
He came out when right about that exact spot and shot a shot right in my face. And, he was like, I didn't mean to leave 2 seconds on the clock. I went back to the sideline like, damn.
Larry Bird was one of the biggest trash talkers in basketball. And a lot of people say, really? They thought it was Reggie or Charles. Larry Bird talked more trash on the basketball court than anybody I've ever played against. So we playing him the last play. He says to James Worthy, he says, you guys don't have to worry about it. I'm going to go right over there that corner. And I'm going to catch it, I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to tie the game or win the game, whatever the case may be. They take the ball out, and I think it was either Danny or DJ, the late, great DJ.
Yeah. You DJ coming down, right, with the ball. Oh, great DJ, that's good. So pass it to Larry, he's in that corner.
Is that
now
Genie
I gotta
Bus?
go out and close Larry Bird out. So as I'm running out to Larry Bird, he's talking trash to me. I don't know why you running out here. Who says that in the middle of the game? He said, I'm gonna wait till you get 1 step away from me and I'm gonna shoot it right in your face. So I got 1 step away, he shoots it all net. 3-pointer, good.
Take the ball out, man crow right to the corner, caught the shot, shot a 3, game over. It's like, are you effing kidding me?
And he turned to me and said, you did all that running for nothing.
And he was saying in such a calm way that you didn't think it was trash talking, but it's trash talking. You're not gonna tell me you're gonna go over there and shoot the ball in my face. That's trash talking. But he would tell you before the play even started. He'd tell you where he's going, he'd tell you when he catches it, there's nothing you could do about it. And it was great trash talking because it wasn't vulgar. I mean, he wasn't pounding his chest. You can just be standing next to him. I would jump out and try to block a shot on rotation, and he'd say, Scott.
You jump high, but you don't jump that high. You can't get this.
Scott, you're a little too late. Scott, you're not getting that. Why are you even jumping? Why are you running out here? But it was all game.
He'd say something like, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Hey, man, Kareem chiming in too. Shout out to Kareem. Even Kareem was like, hey, yeah, he really liked that. He really liked that. He say this too, Oh, man, it's great.
But it was all game.
He'd say something like, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. He talked the whole game, and it was, after the game and after years of thinking about it, you're like, man, that dude, why he's one of the greatest players ever played.
He was ridiculous. He came on here. Our sportscaster played the Superman theme when he was talking about him that night after the game because he did everything, points, rebounds, assists, just steals, you name it. Larry has such a great mind for the game. I had a lot of respect for him as a competitor.
That competitive nature, the work ethic.
First of all, shout out to Kobe. R.P. Kobe, man. For those of y'all that don't know, that's my favorite player of all time, man. Without a doubt. Kobe Bryant. And like I said, I read the comments, man. I don't respond to a lot of them. I know I'm very, very behind on the comments I've been getting. But a lot of people say, oh, yeah, Kobe got Larry Bird in his top 5. Why don't you have Larry Bird in your top 5? And I'm like, hey, if you're Kobe Bryant, you're Michael Jordan, you're excluding yourself from the top 5. It'll be very arrogant to say, I'm in my own top 5. So that's why, Larry Bird fits in a lot of these dudes' top 5s. I'm just saying, even though he deserves to be, but, just it's not mine, He's good. He's excellent. He's a fantastic player. it's just, you know, with my list, which I got a video. I may go ahead and put it at the top right, but I don't know. But, you know, I got a couple videos where I talked about this and I go in depth on why. But come for me in the comments. I'm ready for it. I'm actually going to respond back. So say what you want to say. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Because I asked a lot
for him as a competitor.
That competitive nature, the work ethic, because I asked a lot of questions. You know, playing with Byron Scott, I asked him a lot of questions. Eddie Jones, Magic, James Worthy, Kurt Rambis, all the Laker greats, I would always sit down and just ask them questions. What actually happened there? What did you feel there and why? You know, Bird tough to defend, why? Because you look slow as shit to me. So like, I'm missing something. So like, tell me what I'm missing. You know what I mean?
You know, like I was saying, growing up in Boston, people all used to always talking about that he can't jump, he can't do this, he can't do that. And, you know, a lot of my friends was like that, you know. So, I got to the league. I called all my friends back up. I said, you know, all that trash that you were talking, you need to squash all that. This man is great. Whatever you were saying for a man who can't jump, he's demolishing everybody. He's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on the best defensive players in the league.
Yeah,
I never forget driving and I'm listening.
Oh, my goodness. This story is freaking great, dog. Oh, my goodness, man. Hey, check this out.
On the best defensive players in the league.
Yeah.
I never forget
Nolan Richardson.
driving and I'm listening to a game. It's New Mexico State playing Indiana State. I don't really care about the game, but New Mexico State is right up the streets from El Paso, and I went to UTEP, and we're big rivalries. So I'm hoping that Indiana State will beat New Mexico State. And I'm listening to the radio, and I have no clue of the players on either team. All of a sudden, this name keeps coming. Bird. He goes to the right. Bird. He makes the shot. Bird. I said, God damn, who is Bird? Bird. You know, here's Bird. And Bird this. And Bird. Oh, did you see the pass that Bird made? I can't see it, but I'm just trying to imagine it. When the time I got to the end, I said, damn, that brother can play. When I got the newspaper the next morning and saw Larry's picture, I said, damn. Larry, it wasn't you know, be honest with you. The young lady that said you were her favorite player, mine too. I love you too, Magic, but not as much as I like Bird.
Always talk about great basketball players, and they don't never mention him to be up in that round. But Larry Bird was cold. I don't think nobody ever could get out with him. You ask Magic. That's why Magic had a run, and he was mad when he had to retire in '92 because of what he was going to be missing with Larry Bird. And then you remember Larry Bird took 2 more years, and then he quit because he said his main guy who he wanted to play against is gone.
I'm going to tell this story. We're in LA, and I'm hurt.
Hey, man, but the thing about it is, and of course, like, I got an opinion on this too, and I let the video run through a good bit, but personally, like I said, I'm a Lakers fan. You know, I've been a Lakers fan all through my childhood, rooting for Kobe and Shaq. You know, my grandfather, he was a Lakers fan. Rest in peace. You know, so, of course, like, the bias in me is riding with Magic Johnson, and as I should, right? And if you ask each one of those players, you know, who is the greatest player you ever played against? If you ask Magic Johnson, he's going to say Larry Bird. If you ask Larry Bird, he's going to say Magic Johnson. So those two is like 2 peas in a pod. It's the respect there. You know, they both got one up on each other multiple occasions, right? So, you know, it's okay for me to think that Magic is higher on my list, which I still need to do videos on Magic, which I will get into. Matter of fact, let me know down in the comments if y'all want me to check out Making the Case for Magic Johnson. Because Clayton Crowley, man, he has an excellent series where he makes a case for teams, for players, on who's the greatest team of all time, who's the greatest player of all time. So let me know if you want to check that out. But for me, man, like I said, I'm a Magic Johnson guy, okay? I am. But I love me some Larry Bird too, man. I like Larry Bird. He's, like I said, he's in my top 10 for sure, man. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back into the video. Gonna let it roll, man. Ain't got but like a couple minutes left.
Want to play against is gone.
I'm going to tell this story. We're in LA, and I'm hurt. They got a pulled hamstring.
So I'm not playing tonight.
So I can't play against the Celtics. You know, I'm killing myself. You know, Larry's warming up. The anthem is sung and get introduced. And right before they go out on the court, Larry comes down. He says, you know what?
Since you here, I'm gonna put a show on for you. So you just sit back and watch, okay?
Don't worry. I'm gonna put a show on for you.
And I'm like, man, get out of my face, man. I want to hear that. You know, that's Celtics and the Lakers.
And he went out. I think he scored 38 points, about 20 rebounds, about 15 assists. And every shot he would shoot, he would turn to me.
Every time he hit one, he look at me.
And I said, boy, you know, the thing about it that I love about you is that most guys talk trash and can't bag it up. But Mr. Bird, you know you can bag your trash talking up. And last but not least, I'm gonna say this because you told me one lie. You only told me one lie in your career. Pretty good. Only one. And you only lied to the fans and all the people in the world one time. Do you know what that lie was? You don't remember, do you?
There'll be another
Larry Bird said that there would be another Larry Bird one day. And Larry, there will never, ever, ever be another Larry Bird.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
I don't know. I'm just saying, you got Luka. You got Jokic. Just saying, you got Tyrese Halliburton. You got a couple people out there. I'm just saying, Magic. You know, let's go back on this statement here. Cause hey, you know, Luka, it's the closest thing to Larry Bird that I've seen. And he's on the same type of trajectory. I think he need to be in a consideration more for MVP. But if he wins the title this year, which I think they have a solid chance. They're up 2-0 on Minnesota right now. So I don't know, Magic. I don't know. But anyway, don't come for me in the comments. let's finish out this video, man. Ain't got that much left.
Ever be another Larry Bird. And so this is mine, and I signed it to you. To the greatest basketball player ever, but more important, a friend forever. I love you, I respect you, and I admire you.
Man, it's crazy what competition would do, bro. So anyway, that concludes this video, man. So let me know what y'all think down in the comments below, man. I think this was an excellent video, and this proves how bad of a man that Larry Bird was. Because hey, he was a bad man, I must admit. But anyway, like I said, I've been gone for a minute, man. I appreciate y'all for riding with me through this hiatus. I've been having a lot of personal stuff going on, so keep me in your prayers for that. More responsibility with the job and stuff like that. Twins, you know, getting ready for them. But anyway, I appreciate y'all, man. Been dropping on the second channel. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and I might go ahead and just put it up here on this end card right here with another video you should check out. So, you know, more Larry Bird stuff most likely. But anyway, see you on the next video. Love you. Peace.